So, all 7 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett have aired, and the show is less than stellar, to say the least. Despite the show lacking severely in books and Boba Fett being in the show, there's very little good and a lot of bad. These are Boba Fett's biggest failures. The elephant in the room remains to be the excessive fan service. Now, fan service can be done well if treated with care, but they just simply throw whatever they can at you to get a dopamine release from nostalgia. On first viewing, they got me. I was liking parts solely on the fact that, hey, I remember that thing, even though it does little to nothing in progressing the actual show. I didn't need a 2-episode flashback to The Mandalorian. Although interesting, it wasted 2 entire episodes of the show, which could be actually progressing the real plot. Why does The Mandalorian get an N1 starfighter instead of an original spaceship design? Because of nostalgia. Why is BD-1 on Tatooine? Because the second Jedi Fallen Order game was announced to be coming this year. Cad Bane could literally just be any other gunslinger. Luke Skywalker literally wastes 30 minutes of an already bloated episode and is horrifying to watch and listen. Oh, but at least he said that Yoda thing. That's cool. Isn't it?
Don't try. Do.
Unreal Engine 5 is incredible. That's only the case in my opinion when it comes to environments. Because the environments in the show look absolutely stunning, but the creatures are like dodgy at best, and they appear to be made of like rubber, and they interact with the environment like extremely artificially. It's off-settling. I love practical effects, but are the ones in the Book of Boba Fett really worse than the 1980s? Seriously? The panthers look okay at a distance, but up close, it's just a couple guys shaking a frame of an animal from inside. The humanoid aliens look decent. I mean, when they don't talk, they look fine. But they look terrible when they move their lips. Literally, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie from the 1990s pulled off better with half the budget for a fucking kids movie. They didn't even try to sync up the lips when the aliens are talking.
Raiders. We were trying to protect our route.
Alright, lightning round. The action is subpar and downright awful. The choreography is literally trash. There is one exception to this, the bar fight, which is actually amazing, but it is a diamond in the rubble. There is basically a bare minimum of fights in the entire show to keep your attention from clicking off, most of which are bad. There's a severe lack of tension during the entire show. Not one moment did I say, oh, are they gonna make it from this one? The main characters always did with ease, and it creates a very tenseless series. The dialogue is literally dog stale, boring, sleepworthy. The writer is literally not good at his job. TV is called entertainment for a reason, Mr. Writer. Here's a big point, the acting. Tamora Morrison is a decent actor. His problem is that when you give him nothing to work with, he doesn't even try to go past what he's given. This is the same case for Fennec Shand. Boba and Fennec are emotionless, expressionless, characterless, lifeless husks of people. They talk and talk without even cracking a smile. Boba Fett's family of Tusken Raiders die, and he doesn't even change his face. He kills a monster with his bare f***ing hands and a chain, and he doesn't even lift the corners of his lips to smile. Boba Fett is literally a shell of a person that happens to be colored as sand green. The Book of Boba Fett doesn't know what it is or wants to be. When it starts, it's a crime show. Okay, fine. Then half of the first season are flashbacks. It's basically Dances with Wolves or Avatar, but in Star Wars, which, you know, I'll go with it. I do really enjoy that kind of subgenre. Oh, scratch that. It's a f***ing Disney Channel movie. Oh, you like The Mandalorian, right? Boom, there's your season 3. F*** it. Now, it's a heist show. Now, it's Mission Impossible. Okay, last one. It's a Western. Do you see now? It's a jumbled mess that goes back and forth with each subgenre trying to kill each other for more screen time. The final and undoubtedly biggest failure of the Book of Boba Fett is Boba himself. Boba, although his acting is bad, and you know what? I'll let him slide because the writing is literally buns, but Boba literally makes no sense. Number one, he's bad at fighting. He is getting really, really old, and he barely fights in his own show. Also, he's going up 300 pounds, and Return of the Jedi, he was literally like 120. It's kind of breaking canon. He always takes his helmet off, which he literally never does ever in literally any other thing that he's in. Everything he does with the gaffy sticks are amazing. Whoever was in charge of the gaffy sticks or like the Tusken Raider weapon things is a genius. But again, diamond in the rubble.
He never uses his immense multitude of gadgets literally strapped to his body until the very end of the show. And he literally uses his jetpack once before the finale, and it wasn't even in combat.
He was surrounded by a bunch of guys with like vibro shields. The jetpack seemed pretty useful there, but I guess scratch it, nobody cares. The flashback parts are good. You know, the dances with wolves, avatar parts. That part they did very, very well because they don't talk. It's all visual storytelling. And then they talk and state the obvious, and Boba Fett's like,
dig for that. Oh, you want me to dig for that?
they literally had that other guy over there to demonstrate to you. It's called silent storytelling, but you know, say whatever you want. The Tusken Raider segments are very, very good, and he actually has 1% of a character there. I would say he's more character than the rest of the show, but it does feel like two different people. His acting, as I already stated, is bad, like really bad. His motives are unclear until halfway into the show, and they still don't make sense. Apparently, Bib Fortuna double-crossed him,
I'm gonna kill that bloated pig who double-crossed me.
which was nowhere in Return of the Jedi, or The Mandalorian, or The Book of Boba Fett. I don't know what he's trying to do. Why does he want to be the king of Tatooine? Beats me. Why does Fennec want to do it? Because apparently she likes Boba Fett, but you know, I can't really see that because they're acting so bad, and that's where the acting should have carried the writing, but you know, the actors didn't take initiative, and it ends up making a very bland, stale experience. Also, Boba has literally one of the worst plans I've ever seen. He goes back and forth. Oh, I want to rule with respect, not fear. And then he submits the high-ranking rich dudes in fear with his rancor. He literally starts the show with 3 people. 3. And he expects to take the entire town of Tatooine. He has 2 pig people in Fennec that they can't control that entire town. And then he hires just a bunch of Disney XD movie punks that are like freaking like robot cyborg stuff. It's like literally trash. And they're not even good at fighting. And they also are involved in one of the worst chase scenes I've literally ever seen on a screen. Now, I really did enjoy a sizable portion of the series, as I've already stated, with the Tusken Raider stuff, but the flaws need to be shared. There are so many I could keep going on, and it's a true disappointment that they actually outweigh the good. Either way, the Book of Boba Fett was neither great or even good, due to its biggest failures. If you have any gripes, complaints, comments, or criticisms, please leave them down below. And while you're down there, absolutely roast me as best you can, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Bye.